Aikido Shinjitai, Heichidao, Kyujitai, Heichidao, Aikido Japanese pronunciation, Aikido, is a modern Japanese martial art that is split into many different styles, including Iwama Ryu, Iwama Shinshin Aiki Shurinkai, Shotokan Aikido, Yoshinkan, Renshinkai, Aikikai, and Ki Aikido. Aikido is now practiced in around 140 countries. It was originally developed by Morihei Ueshiba as a synthesis of his martial studies, philosophy, and religious beliefs. Ueshiba's goal was to create an art that practitioners could use to defend themselves while also protecting their attackers from injury. Aikido is often translated as the way of unifying with life energy, or as the way of harmonious spirit. According to the founder's philosophy, the primary goal in the practice of Aikido is to overcome oneself instead of cultivating violence or aggressiveness. Morihei Ueshiba used the phrase Masakatsu Agatsu Katsuhayabi, Jung Shengwu Sheng Sheng Su Ri, true victory, final victory over oneself here and now, to refer to this principle. Mitsuteru Ueshiba at the 55th All-Japan Aikido demonstration held at the Nippon Budokan, May 2017. Aikido's fundamental principles include irimi, entering, atemi, or kokyuho, breathing control, sankakuho, triangular principle, and tenkan, turning movements that redirect the opponent's attack momentum. Its curriculum comprises various techniques, primarily throws and joint locks. It also includes a weapons system encompassing the bokken, tanto, and jo. Aikido derives mainly from the martial art of Daito Ryu Aiki Jujutsu, but began to diverge from it in the late 1920s, partly due to Ueshiba's involvement with the Omoto Kyo religion. Ueshiba's early students' documents bear the term Aiki Jujutsu. Aikido was created by Morihei Ueshiba, Jiji Shengping, 1883-1969, referred to by some Aikido practitioners as O-Sensei, great teacher. The term Aikido was coined in the 20th century. Ueshiba envisioned Aikido not only as the synthesis of his martial training, but as an expression of his personal philosophy of universal peace and reconciliation. During Ueshiba's lifetime and continuing today, Aikido has evolved from the Aiki that Ueshiba studied into a variety of expressions by martial artists throughout the world. Ueshiba developed Aikido primarily during the late 1920s through the 1930s through the synthesis of the older martial arts that he had studied. The core martial art from which Aikido derives is Daito Ryu Aiki Jujutsu, which Ueshiba studied directly with Takeda Sokaku, the reviver of that art. Additionally, Ueshiba is known to have studied Tenjin Shin-Yo-Ryu with Tozawa Tokusaburo in Tokyo in 1901, Goto Hayagyu Shingon-Ryu under Nakai Masakatsu in Sakai from 1903 to 1908, and Judo with Kiyoshi Takagi, Gao Mushidai-shi, 1894-1972 in Tanabe in 1911. The art of Daito Ryu is the primary technical influence on Aikido. Along with empty-handed throwing and joint-locking techniques, Ueshiba incorporated training movements with weapons, such as those for the spear, yari, short staff, jo, and possibly the bayonet, chongjian, juken. Aikido also derives much of its technical structure from the art of swordsmanship, kenjutsu. Ueshiba moved to Hokkaido in 1912 and began studying under Takeda Sokaku in 1915. His official association with Daito Ryu continued until 1937. However, during the latter part of that period, Ueshiba had already begun to distance himself from Takeda and the Daito Ryu. At that time, Ueshiba referred to his martial art as Aiki Budo. It is unclear exactly when Ueshiba began using the name Aikido, but it became the official name of the art in 1942 when the Greater Japan Martial Virtue Society, Dai Nippon Butoku Kai, was engaged in a government-sponsored reorganization and centralization of Japanese martial arts. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the next video you want to see.